Hey, I'm back. It's time for another episode of Find Music. Find music. Find music. Yes, it's all around me. Today I got to go solo. That's all right. It's episode 85. Another great year in my memory. But I'm going to talk about actually my find of the week. I'm surprised I'd never heard of this band because this band was around in the late 60s, early 70s. And incredibly, they sound like a cross between the Doors. Oh, yes, the Doors and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And who am I talking about? I guess I could bring it up on the old media player with a screen share. And the band is Fever Tree. Have you heard of this band? I haven't. I'm just amazed that I haven't. They did have one charting single in the Hot 100 back in, let me get the year here from Wikipedia. Back in 1968, they had a song called San Francisco Girls, Return of the Native. Reached number 91 on the Billboard chart. And that's a really low-level hit. But their sound is really phenomenal for its time. I'm surprised they weren't more successful because just about everything on all four of these, I guess you call them their core four albums. The original group made these four albums. It's all good. It's really all good. And I, of course, purchased all of it. The first two albums are available on a single CD or download. First album is called Fever Tree from 1968, and then Another Time, Another Place. Interestingly enough, they do some covers, do some really good covers, like a cover of 99 and a Half. You might have heard of Creedence Clearwater Revival's cover of 99 and a Half. This one is very good in a different way. Like I said, it's like a cross between the Doors and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So they've got got flute going on, some other instruments. Sounds like the man who paints the pictures might have gotten some radio play. I don't know, because it's such a good song. Filigree and Shadow is a song they must have liked because they came out with a compilation album later on that was called Filigree and Shadow. They do a very good cover of the Beatles' Day Tripper and We Can Work It Out, combining them. Really good. That pretty much covers the first two albums. After that, their third album is called Creation. Another great album. I guess it just didn't catch on with the public. There's a song on there called Imitation Situation, which that really is what it is. And that song also made it onto the compilation. So it's like maybe that's their favorite song from that album. But it really is all good. I'm going to post some songs from these albums in the comments section under Find Music in Facebook. Right? Find Music is a group on Facebook. And so you can check out some of those songs here. The fourth album, well, there's the compilation album. I bought it as well. Well, the fourth one's called For Sale. And unfortunately, it didn't chart. The other albums did chart. I think it was their second album that charted the highest. Check those Billboard numbers for you again real quick. Yeah, the second album made it to number 83. You know, the Billboard chart does the top 200s. They made it to 83, but the second album and the third album went to 97. But the fourth album didn't chart, and it has some really good stuff on there. Everybody knows I Put a Spell on You. Well, their wrinkle on it is very good. And even more incredibly, you might have heard some cover versions of Hey Joe, right? The song that gets covered a lot. And this one is very effective because it uses two voices. right? The male and female voice. And it's an interesting way to do the song. And it's a luxurious 13 minutes. Oh, yeah. So very satisfactory to me. Got a little bit of the prog rocker in myself, and that is so satisfying. So I'm highly recommending check out Fever Tree. Oh, yeah. They have that early 60s sound. They sound like they should have been very much of a hit as the Doors were, as Blood, Sweat, and Tears were. But they weren't. Surprising. And I only discovered them because on YouTube they came up in my rotation. Checked them out, and I don't regret it at all. Really good listening. Really good listening. Well done music. Great musicians. One of them passed away in 2003. The band tried to reunite a couple times, but nothing happened. But these 4 albums, these first 4 albums, I'm going to call them the Core 4. They're awesome. They really are. You won't regret it. If you like that late 60s, early 70s sound, very satisfying. If you like the Doors at all, you're going to like these guys. And same thing with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's what this really evoked for me, because it had that multi-instrumental sound combined with a very distinctive lead singer. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to stop that share. So I can say thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll be back next week with some more co-hosts. Okay. Thank you, everyone.